This email says, Mr. Young, I'm new. Just finished my training and I'll be starting on my own on Monday. Congratulations. I thought I was okay, but my FTO told me that maybe I should consider quitting. Are you kidding me? That is a direct quote. He said this after I had an inmate refuse to go to the room. It was lockdown time, and I told the guys to clear the day room, and one didn't. OMG, that never happens, right? They just sat in the chair. I repeated my directive, and he didn't move. So I looked at my FTO. I looked at my FTO who was sitting in the chair with his feet propped up on the railing, and he just smiled and shrugged his shoulders. Are you kidding me? Which meant to me, to the person who sent this email, that I needed to figure it out on my own. Yeah, that's pretty perceptive on your part. So I walked over to the guy, kept my distance. This says I kept my distance, and I asked him if everything was okay. He still didn't respond, so I repeated myself. I said, "Sir, it's time for lockdown. I need you to head to your room." Then the inmate said he wasn't going. He said that we needed to suit up. Oh, I asked him why he didn't want to go to his room. He said he wasn't getting along with his cellmate, so I asked him why. He said that he just didn't like him, so I asked him why. He said he just didn't like him and he wasn't going to go, so I could stop asking him why and just go get the goon squad. And I said that I didn't want to do... Oh, I like this. Listen up. He said I told the guy, I said I didn't want to do that I'd rather talk to him and see if there's a way that we could address his concerns without using force. I told him that I didn't want to see anyone get hurt. He looked at me like I was crazy, and maybe I am, but I remember in training they taught us about communication and slowing things down, so that's what I was trying to do. Then he said, listen to this, he said, "Okay, I'll go, but I need to speak to a chaplain." And I said, "Absolutely." I told him that after I got him secured in his room, I'll reach out to the chaplain and have them come down and chat with him. He agreed, got up, walked to his cell, and secured the door. I thought I did well, used my training. There was no force. No one got hurt, but my FTO was pissed. He said that this wasn't a hotel and that we don't do what they tell us to do. I tried to explain my thought process, but he wouldn't let me explain. He said that the inmates do what we tell them when we tell them to, and that if I didn't understand that, I should consider quitting. Holy smokes, was I wrong? I put in the holy smokes. Was I wrong? He says, "I don't feel like I was. Any input would be greatly appreciated. Stay safe. Q." Unbelievable. Let's do this. Greetings, my fearless frontliners, my fellow guardians of the galleries. I'm William Young, and this is Just Corrections. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a current, aspiring, retired, or soon to be retiring correctional professional, and you're looking for content that is informative and engaging and is meant to educate and elevate the profession, then you're going to be in the right spot. If you're not looking for any of those things that I just mentioned, then keep on keeping on. We got a doozy today. We got a great email. We want to get right into it. Whoa. Hang on a second. I got to thank the members of the Just Corrections Patreon community, the JCP, for supporting the channel. Without you, I could not do the things that I do. I could not produce the content that I produce. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. All right, what do we got here? Q wants some input. Should he consider quitting? Did he handle the situation poorly? Do you agree with what the FTO said? So I'll put it to you guys out there watching, listening. If you have something to add, throw it in the comments, right? Help me out on this one. I think I want to start with what the FTO said about how Q handled the situation, the inmate that refused to go to his room. And I absolutely wholeheartedly, as much as this is going to upset my mother, may she rest in peace, I absolutely wholeheartedly hate the FTO's take on how you did what you did, right? I will say that he's right, okay, in saying that we always win. We always complete the correctional objective in one way or another. That individual, right, that you were talking to was never going to be allowed to stay in the day room forever, okay? Eventually, he would end up secured behind a door somewhere. And he's right. Jail is not a hotel. Prison is not a hotel. You can't pick your room and move if you don't like the accommodations. But I don't like how he communicated that to you, and I don't like that he lost his mind because you took the time to talk to a guy. So from the email, and that's all I can go off on, you said that you used your training, kept a safe distance, and got the guy back into the room without force. Beautiful. Bravo, brother. Beautiful. I love it. What I don't love is that we can't take a little time to talk and see what's going on, to see if there's a way to handle things without freaking out. You could do the ask, tell, make thing. I ask you to go to the room. Now I tell you to go to the room, and then I make you go to the room. But those three words, right? Ask, tell, make, have a million moving parts. And Q, in my opinion, he did well. He relied on his training. He achieved the objective without putting his hands on anybody. Why do we have a problem with that? Do we feel that if we show a little bit of empathy, a little bit of patience, that will be perceived as weak? Yeah, probably, because that's our culture. We're afraid to show some humanity because the inmates will exploit it, that they'll take our kindness for weakness. Well, I don't see what Q did here as being weak, right? He gave a directive. He restated that directive, and when the inmate refused to comply, he approached them, okay, and reiterated his request. He could have said, get up, bro, go to your room. I said, get up, bro, or else. But why? The inmate knows that he can't stay out there. And unless they're brand new, right, they know what the consequences are. So everybody involved knows what the end result is going to be. Let me repeat that again, okay? For all of you watching, for all of you that get worked up during these sort of interactions, let me repeat this right here. Everybody involved, officers, staff, inmates, knows what the end result is going to be. You are incarcerated, right? That the person is incarcerated, so at some point they are going to have to be secured in a cell. Everyone knows about the goon squad, the CERT team, the OC, the taser glove, the shock shield, the restraint chair, whatever. Unpleasant things happen when all of that gets set in motion, so I'd rather not have that happen. People get hurt, and getting hurt sucks. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting older and a little bit fatter, and when I hit the floor, it freaking hurts. I get it. Sometimes you have to go hands-on, but here we didn't. So I consider this a win. Good job, Q. Good job to you. You took a small amount of time to listen, to connect, and then to redirect. He wanted to talk to a chaplain. Cool. After we do this, we can do that. There's probably something going on in that guy's life, and he doesn't know how to handle it right now. And instead of forcing compliance, right, Q gained some rapport, and not only for himself, right, but for the whole team. See, our individual actions have repercussions on the collective, the group. So what Q did here actually creates a safer environment for everybody. The FTO, not so much. Q, look, I don't care what your FTO said. I think you handled the situation beautifully. So please do not consider quitting. Keep up the excellent work. As for the FTO, it's one of two things. One, they have your best interest at heart and care so much about your success and your safety that they came off a little harsh because they are so passionate about the profession. Or two, they're burned out and have no business being an FTO. Even if you completely effed up the interaction, which you didn't, but even if you did, his response was ridiculous. Not helpful at all. Consider quitting? Are you kidding me? Consider quitting because you talked a guy into his room. Unbelievable. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today, for listening, for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the show, follow the show on YouTube. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and that's about it. I think that's I may be some other places, and if you find me somewhere else, let me know, because I don't even know where I'm at. But I want you to get involved. I want you to engage. Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Let me know where your head is at. Let me know where you've been. I'm not the only voice, right? My way is not the only way. I need you to help. We need to put tools in people's virtual toolbox. We need to come together collectively as a community and start sharing what we know, sharing our wisdom, so these people can pick and choose and use things and find their own voice, find their own way forward. And I can't just do that by myself. I need you. I'm not the voice of the movement. I'm only one voice in the movement. You are also part of that movement. Just Corrections. And if you're interested in supporting the show, please consider becoming a member of the Just Corrections Patreon community, the JCP. There's going to be a couple of different tiers, different options, so check it out. Links to that will be in the description below. Links to my books, The Nothing That Never Happened and Train to Change. I think I just forgot the title of my book. Anyways, the links to everything that I've ever done in the description of the video. I don't know. It's been a long day. And if you'd like to bring me out to speak or present at your facility or your event, send me an email at justcorrections.booking@gmail.com. All right, guys, that's all I got. Until next time, be smart, stay safe, stay sane, and we'll talk soon.